What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Wednesday, May 31st. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 7-game MLB slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. You know, nothing was jumping off the page at me this morning, so I'm just going to go ahead and pay up. I like Hunter Brown. He's pitching against the low-salary batting team, the Minnesota Twins. Now, Hunter Brown does pitch his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .729 OPS versus righties. He's facing 5 righties here tonight, but it is a weak batting team, and the Twins have hit 1 of his last 7 pitches. Sample size way too small. Now, Hunter Brown is $10,500 FanDuel salary, $500 less on DraftKings, averaging 36 fantasy points per game on the season, and he's been on fire, scoring 55, 46, and 38 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He has an ERA of 3.12, record is 5-1, pitching an average of 95 pitches per game. So I like Hunter Brown here versus the Minnesota Twins. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. I like JT Realmuto. He has a 73% batting advantage over Carlos Carrasco. JT Realmuto batting 32% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .819 OPS versus righties. Carlos Carrasco batting 41% better versus pitching his worst ball by far to righty batters. That's what I wanted to say. He's giving up a .936 OPS versus righties. JT Realmuto is 2 for 7 here versus Carrasco, 286 batting average. So I like this pick because he's only $2,900 FanDuel salary, $1,800 more on DraftKings. He's averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of 263. So I like JT Realmuto here versus Carlos Carrasco. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. So I like Owen Miller. So it's another value play for you here. He's got an 11% batting advantage over Alek Manoah. Owen Miller batting 16% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .900 OPS versus righties. Alek Manoah giving up a .774 OPS versus righties. Now, Owen Miller is 0 for 2 versus Manoah, but he's only $2,800 FanDuel salary, $300 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. And he has a batting average of 328, so I think he's a little underpriced for this matchup. So I like Owen Miller here versus Alek Manoah. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Ha-Sung Kim, and he's got a 48% batting advantage over Braxton Garrett. Ha-Sung Kim batting 24% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .813 OPS versus lefties. Braxton Garrett pitching 24% worse to righties as he does lefties, giving up a .821 OPS versus righties. Now, Ha-Seong Kim is 0 for 4 here versus Garrett, but he's only 2,700 FanDuel salary, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, and he's been on absolute fire, scoring 25, 25, 10 fantasy points in the last 3 games, scored 19 the game before that. So he scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, has a batting average of 245. So I like Ha-Seong Kim as a value play here versus Braxton Garrett. And look at how cheap Mike Moustakas is. Oh my goodness, at only 2,300 FanDuel salary, 700 more on DraftKings. He's got a great matchup facing Tommy Henry. And Mike Moustakas batting 12% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .759 OPS. Tommy Henry pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, giving up a 1.042 OPS versus lefties. So Mike Moustakas super cheap here. He has a batting average of 241. I don't know why he's so cheap. I think he's a great value play, and Vegas thinks there's going to be 10 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Mike Moustakas as a value play here versus Tommy Henry.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. I like Trey Turner. I think this is a fantastic play on FanDuel. Trey Turner, he's got a 58% batting advantage here over the low-salary pitcher Carlos Carrasco. Trey Turner batting 17% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .692 OPS versus righties. So he has been struggling so far this season, but it looks like it's a get-right game here versus Carlos Carrasco, who pitches his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .936 OPS versus righties. And I love this pick because Trey Turner is 6 for 8 here versus Carrasco. That's a .750 batting average, and he has a 1.875 OPS. 3 of those 6 hits were doubles. So Trey Turner, only 2,800 FanDuel salary, 2,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, has a batting average of 240. So I like Trey Turner here versus Carlos Carrasco. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. I like Nick Castellanos. He has a 37% batting advantage over Carlos Carrasco, so it looks like we got a stack going here versus Carlos Carrasco. Nick Castellanos batting a .800 OPS versus righties. Carlos Carrasco, we know, pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .936 OPS versus righties. Now, Nick Castellanos, he's 12 for 49 here versus Carrasco. That's a .245 batting average. He hasn't had a ton of success here, but the price is right in my opinion, and he's playing really well this season. He's averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of 295. Scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He didn't score any fantasy points last game. So I do think he's in a good spot here tonight. So I like Nick Castellanos here versus Carlos Carrasco.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.